From MAGA hero to DOJ silence. Did Pam Bondi drop the biggest bombshell or pull off the ultimate cover up? Today, we dive into the Epstein saga that's shaking the right to its core.
You're watching Tater Thoughts, the no BS take on current events.
Pam Bondi, a name once cheered by the MAGA base as Florida's iron-fisted Attorney General and close ally of President Trump, was sworn in as the U.S. Attorney General on February 5th, 2025. On her first day, she stunned supporters by promising the release of the so-called Epstein Files, teasing that a secret client list was sitting on her desk for review. But 5 months later, the Department of Justice has officially slammed the door shut.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients? Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump. I'm reviewing that.
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump. Those 16 words ignited a firestorm. Right-wing influencers were handed redacted binders labeled the Epstein Files Phase 1 and told the truth about Epstein's powerful circle was coming soon. In those files were nothing but recycled garbage. But on July 7th, the DOJ and FBI dropped a terse 2-page memo, unsigned, saying there is no incriminating client list, Epstein unalived himself, and the case is closed. No further disclosures forthcoming. So, after months of hype, nothing. The same DOJ that Bondi promised to run with full transparency to be tough on criminals, and she has been tougher than other Republican attorneys generals, then issued a blanket shutdown. So what happened to the files? And more importantly, why the bait and switch? Rightfully so, MAGA influencers and Trump loyalists erupted on X, formerly Twitter. Right-wing voices labeled Bondi a liar. Megyn Kelly says that she's probably going to be fired pretty soon. Many have demanded her resignation. Others accuse the administration of protecting elites, which is the opposite of what MAGA Nation's all about. One Australia outlet even dubbed it a, quote, full MAGA meltdown over a list that doesn't even exist. Carolyn Levitt, as you can see in the clip, said she was referring to the entirety of all the paperwork. They committed to an exhaustive investigation. They provided the results, and that's transparency.
John Roberts said, DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen? And she said, it's sitting on my desk right now to review.
Yes, she was saying the entirety of all of the paperwork, all of the paper in relation to Jeffrey Epstein's crimes. That's what the Attorney General was referring to, and I'll let her speak for that. But again, when it comes to the FBI and the Department of Justice, they are more than committed to ensuring that bad people are put behind bars.
Why are they even trying to defend this? Is this really true transparency or just more political spin? The stuff MAGA elected Trump not to do. Spin, to be transparent, to be real to the people, a president of the people. Bondi's Fox News tease suggested specific names, photos of high-profile figures. And now we're told the only thing on her desk was redacted garbage? Come on. That's not what we elected. I had a lot of faith in Pam Bondi. Pretty disappointed if you can't tell. Here's the rub. Epstein's case files span thousands of pages. By their own admission, FBI documents, witness statements, victim impact reports. Critics note that handfuls of redacted pages were released in February, but nothing actionable. It was the same garbage we'd already seen. The memo says some files contain explicit child content, so obviously, hence not suitable for public release. Yet that hardly explains why no unredacted summary of co-conspirators have emerged. Think about it. The prince over in England, maybe Bill Clinton. God forbid President Trump is in there somehow. I doubt it, but what if he is? Is that the cover-up? I mean, February 21st, Bondi hints at a client list right on Fox News. Late February, They release all these binders to all these influencers, and those turn out to be just recycled garbage. That was the first strike against Pam Bondi. But then they came out and said, okay, I know that was underwhelming, but we have all these. Oh, no. They said that they found missing documents, thousands of them, in a New York office, an attorney general's office in New York. So they ordered an investigation of why it wasn't turned over. And, they're going to get tough and they're going to get through all these documents. But then July 7th, my son's birthday, by the way, DOJ and the FBI memo denies any list even exists. Bottom line, if you promise a blockbuster disclosure and you deliver nothing, people will smell a rat. Was Bondi misled by her own team? Doubt it. Or was the promise always a political ploy to rally the base of conspiracy and not substance, to get us all excited? The worst thing you can do in politics is this: never, ever overpromise and underdeliver. If anything, you underpromise and overdeliver. So what's next? There's a few paths forward that we can take as a country. Congress could subpoena the unredacted files, but given the GOP's control, will they? I think there's enough MAGA conservatives and populists that they'll buck the trend. Independent watchdogs might file FOIA lawsuits forcing a legal fight. Or maybe they're just waiting. The story could fizzle as another scandal or other news grabs the headlines. That's probably what they're going to do. One thing's for sure: Pam Bondi's credibility is on the line. And for a community, the MAGA community, that demands transparency, the silence speaks louder than any memo. This brings me to what Megyn Kelly was saying.
What kind of an attorney general would pretend she's giving new information to some of the president's most loyal advocates in the press, buying ink by the barrel? So either Pam Bondi knew she was about to embarrass some of his most loyal surrogates out there and did that willingly, or she didn't take the time to make sure what was in those binders. She was too lazy to actually figure out none of this is new. And yet she called a meeting with the influencers that included Kash Patel, the head of the FBI, and the sitting vice president. So she's either lazy and incompetent, or she willingly humiliated some of the president's most loyal supporters. Neither one of those is good, and that's why I'm sorry, but I'm going to predict her days are numbered as a member of the Trump administration.
Are her days numbered? Did she embarrass the president? Does the president know? I mean, this is a pretty big flub. What do you think? Was this the ultimate cover-up, or just a case of overpromising and under-delivering? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Smash that like button. Let's defeat the algorithms. If you want a deep dive follow-up, let me know. And don't forget to subscribe for the clearest breakdowns of the biggest political bombshells. Till next time, stay curious, stay skeptical. We will see you in the next video. This has been Tater Thoughts.
You're watching Tater Thoughts, the no BS take on current events.